How has bilateral negotiation on the South China Sea between China and the Philippines affected ASEAN? Will China stop provocative action in the South China Sea? That's in the title of Hai K-Good, Hai Ji-hoon and David Candy's post on CNN when the Chinese and Filipino governments held the talk with each other on the situation of the South China Sea for the first time on May 19, a move that could bolster Beijing's coercion in the disputed area by adopting a bilateral dialogue with Chinese government desire. The Philippines' undermining position on the dialogues of other nations which are pursuing multilateral talks and helping to consolidate China's control on the South China Sea, said the analyst. China is winning the argument here and other countries are likely to follow in this direction bilateral talks with Beijing. Matthew David, the head of the Department of International at the Australian National University, said, "The South China Sea is a strategic sea lane where Beijing dispute between countries and regions China, Taiwan, Vietnam, the Philippines, Brunei, Palau against the sovereignties of other nations. Bilateral negotiations usually to change. Just over a year ago, the Philippines won when Manila sued Beijing for PCA International Permanent Arbitration on the South China Sea dispute. Soon after, Manila refused to negotiate bilaterally with Beijing. However, the wind has changed under Philippine President Rodrigo Duterte, who took office in June 2016. The Philippines has won its access in Beijing.
Manila assumed Beijing as an essential investment, increasingly separated from the influence of the United States. Even the US and Philippines had a general agreement on defense. Duterte, president of Philippines, said Philippines become an unreliable ally of the US. Tito Santa Romenta, as the Philippines ambassador to China, said in their interview with CNN, "It's unsure to get what we want from the US and international community and take no necessary support in any conflict with China on the South China Sea as well." It's the reason why Duterte asked for the US ambassador confirmation to Philippines, whether the US is a Philippines partner. Romana said in their interview, "Logic about strategic benefits are simple. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. This idea means do not put all your resources in one possibility." In a statement, the U.S. Foreign Ministry spokesman told CNN that the U.S. and Philippines is a stable partnership. Last week, Philippines and China had just signed a $72 million economic and social development plan. It happened when China promised investing in Philippines. Romano rejected the charge of the half sovereignty on the South China Sea, called West Sea by Philippines, and heavy investment from China. Romano emphasized that the Philippines during the Duterte administration had decided to resolve the current situation, that the country continues to depend on the poor country far away or its neighbor, especially one of the biggest neighbors, China.
Philippines settlement is stronger nearby is better than far away reality. They moving when Donald Trump's administration relieving pressure on Beijing to dispute on South China Sea. He hopes that China can cooperate with Washington on the North Korea issue. Trump earlier denied Department of Defense requests for a warship to patrol the risks in Beijing, constructing illegally on the South China Sea, but added that during the Obama administration, the battles in South China Sea were frequent. From the bilateral negotiations between the Philippines and China, ASEAN are working to solve the South China Sea issue, deploy the code of conduct in the South China Sea. The DOC was agreed on May 8, but detailed information has not been announced yet. However, the DOC seems to lack the capacity to implement the current announcement to ASEAN in the way that complies with any requirement, even if it's the unreasonable of China. The Philippines is the chair of ASEAN in this year. Before ASEAN is sponsored by superpower, they are rigorously difficult for the strategic plans on China's role and turning the US back on that makes Southeast Asian nations become weaker.
Now, China can negotiate bilaterally with its members and with Asean, which send a message of widespread publicity. Bilateral negotiations about its dispute with the Philippines help China strengthen and consolidate its position on the issue. Expert David found them. ASEAN is a weak but powerful country if they know how to use it, David told CNN. But now, the point of subject is being pulled out by Beijing. It's quickened the voice of the world bloc in the issue dispute talk with China. Different, the decision of the issue exposed China's strategy, according to the Philippine Star. On the occasion of the 1 year roll of application in La Haye, Netherlands, ruling on the South China Sea dispute between the Philippines and China, July 7, 2016, the specialist in foreign policy and regional security at the Stoppé Institute, Ambassador Rosario, Professor Retorno Cruz de Castro, says this German undermine China's only legal justification. According to the author, the Philippines and China maritime dispute as well as the application court ruling may be seen by someone as part of the big country between US and China competition in issue.